Masturbation. One small word that makes many men over 60 pause, hesitate, or avoid the topic altogether. Sound familiar? Have you ever felt that what once brought relief and connection now feels rushed, empty, or even confusing? You're not alone. The truth is, a man's body and mind change with age, but few talk about it, especially when it comes to personal, intimate routines. Most men simply carry old habits from their younger years, not realizing that these very habits might now be silently sabotaging their sexual health, emotional well-being, and confidence. In today's video, we're not just going to talk about how, we're going to talk about why it matters. Together, we'll unpack the myths, uncover the silent mistakes, and most importantly, reclaim this private part of your life with wisdom, dignity, and renewed vitality. This isn't just about technique, it's about self-respect, rediscovery, and embracing the man you are today, not who you were decades ago. Let me hear from you in the comments. Type 1 if you're open to a fresh, healthy, and empowering perspective on self-care. Type 0 if you're still unsure. I welcome your honest thoughts and questions. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss real, respectful, and age-relevant content made just for you. Because this journey isn't just about the body, it's about self-worth, emotional balance, and the right to experience joy at any age. Part 1. Believe in the myth of retaining semen to increase energy. Somewhere deep in the minds of many men over 60, there lingers a quiet belief, seemingly harmless, perhaps even wise-sounding. The longer I hold it in, the stronger I become. Retain your semen, they say, and you'll gain energy, mental clarity, maybe even higher testosterone. It sounds logical. Holding back means conserving energy, right? But the truth couldn't be further from that. This belief isn't just outdated, it may be silently stripping away your comfort, emotional balance, and the prostate health you deserve at this stage in life. Doctors and men's health experts agree, semen isn't some mystical energy source to hoard. It's part of your natural rhythm. Just like sleeping renews your mind, healthy ejaculation supports your body's hormonal and emotional equilibrium. Suppressing this function for weeks or months at a time, whether due to old teachings or internet pseudoscience, can lead to a cascade of side effects. Pelvic congestion, mood swings or irritability, restless sleep, increased risk of prostate issues. Have you noticed yourself becoming more impatient lately? Feeling uneasy but not sure why? Restless at night despite a consistent bedtime? The issue may not be your age. It may be that you're resisting your body's natural cycles. Healthy, moderate release doesn't weaken you. It relieves tension, resets your nervous system, and helps your pelvic region relax. Many men in their 60s and beyond have found that once they let go of the retain to remain strong mindset, they not only felt better, they felt more alive. This doesn't mean chasing frequency or trying to relive your 30s. It means tuning in and honoring what your body truly needs now, not what you once believed it should need. There's no shame in letting go. In fact, knowing when to release is a sign of wisdom, not weakness. At this stage in life, intimacy is no longer a competition. It's care. It's connection. It's a conversation between you and your body. Part 2. Always use the same technique, geriatric grip over the years. You may have found a go-to method, a familiar touch, just the right amount of pressure, a rhythm that worked like clockwork. It was easy, it was effective, and it became routine. There's no shame in that, but there's something you need to know. Your body, especially after 60, is not a machine. It's a living system that changes, evolves, and craves renewal. And when you repeat the exact same stimulation pattern over and over for years, you're not optimizing your pleasure. You're quietly desensitizing your nervous system. Have you noticed it takes longer to feel aroused? You need more pressure to feel something? Intimacy with a partner feels disconnected or underwhelming. This isn't necessarily aging, it's conditioning. Your body has become trained to respond to one specific stimulus, and anything outside that pattern feels foreign or ineffective. The solution isn't more force, it's more variety. Switch hands, change the grip, slow it down, speed it up. Use safe, well-designed tools that can offer new sensations tailored to your current needs. Give your nervous system what it truly craves: novelty, attention, and full presence. Breaking a habit doesn't mean losing what worked. It means expanding what's possible. Think of it like walking a new path in a park you've strolled for years. Same space, new perspective, fresh beauty. At this stage in life, you don't need proof of your manhood. You need to feel alive in your body. And that aliveness comes not from repetition, but from reinvention. Changing your technique isn't indulgence. It's maintenance for your pleasure pathways. Just like your muscles respond better when you mix up your workouts, your pleasure becomes richer when you awaken new neural circuits. When you choose to rediscover rather than repeat, you don't just revive sensation, you reclaim yourself. Part 3. Masturbation too fast. Hasty. There's something rarely spoken about. Many men over 60 still rush through masturbation, as if racing the clock. That habit often begins in youth, when privacy was rare and speed was survival. You had to finish quickly, quietly, maybe in secret. Over time, that urgency became muscle memory. But you're not that boy anymore. You're a seasoned man now. You've earned the right to slow down and savor every moment with yourself. And yet, are you still hurrying? Getting it over with quickly? Ending the moment without feeling much at all? That's when rushing turns something emotional into something mechanical. It stops being connection and becomes a task. But your body at 60, 70 and beyond doesn't want speed. It wants time. Time to awaken. Time to build sensation. Time to be present. Not just physically, but emotionally. Rushing robs you of feeling. Slowing down restores it. When you allow yourself to breathe deeper, touch softer, and stay present, you give yourself the greatest gift: aliveness. Masturbation done mindfully is no longer a reflex. It becomes a ritual of healing, a moment where no one else is needed. Only you holding space for yourself. You don't have to meet any performance goal. You don't need to climax in a certain time. You only need to feel. Because at this stage of life, every quiet minute you gift yourself is an act of real love. Part 4. Focus only on the genitals, ignoring the rest of the body. When it comes to pleasure, most men, especially after years of habit, focus all their attention on one place: the genitals. It makes sense, doesn't it? That's where the response is clearest. But if you only ever play one note in a symphony, is it still music? Your body isn't a single part. It's a vast landscape of sensation, a living instrument where every inch, every breath can bring you joy. After 60, your body may not react as instantly as it once did. But that doesn't mean sensation is gone. It just asks you to listen more closely. Have you ever truly noticed the feeling of fingers gently gliding across your chest? The warmth and sensitivity of your inner thighs, lower belly, or neck? The waves of comfort that come from breathing deeply and touching yourself with gentleness? This isn't strange. This is reconnection. It's what your body has been quietly craving all along. Focusing only on one spot, year after year, can dull your sensitivity. Meanwhile, the rest of your body, rich in nerve endings and emotion, remains an untouched garden of potential. You don't need to do anything extreme. You simply need to become curious again. A soft press of your palm against your belly, a warm towel across your back, a light massage on your thighs. Small gestures, but they awaken something powerful. When you explore your body with presence and tenderness, every part becomes a doorway to aliveness. And instead of just chasing climax, you'll begin to feel complete, in body, in mind, in spirit. Because you are not just one note, you are the whole symphony. Part 5. Do not use lubricant. Here's a quiet truth many men won't say out loud. A lot of older men still masturbate without lube, simply because they've never used it. I never needed that before. Maybe I'm just getting older. That's why it feels less sensitive. Or simply, it doesn't seem necessary. But here's what your body's trying to tell you. As your body changes, so should how you care for it. Your skin gets thinner. Natural moisture decreases. nerve endings become more delicate, and what you've been brushing off as just a little dryness or a bit of discomfort might actually be the reason you're feeling disconnected, numb, or less fulfilled. Lube isn't weakness, it's kindness. It doesn't just make the experience smoother, it reduces friction and micro damage to sensitive skin, reawakens nerve endings that may have gone quiet, helps you slow down and savor each movement with more comfort and presence. And if you're dealing with stiff joints, grip weakness, or arthritis, a good lubricant makes the entire process easier and more enjoyable. Think of it this way. You wear reading glasses because your eyes have changed. You wear cushioned shoes because your knees need support. So why not use something that helps your body feel cared for, not strained? Lube isn't a sex thing, it's self-care, like moisturizer for dry skin, like warm tea on a cold day, like a soft pillow that helps you sleep better. You deserve that smoothness. You don't need to tough it out anymore. Because at this stage in life, taking care of yourself isn't indulgent, it's self-respect. Part 6. Carry feelings of shame or guilt. When you were younger, maybe you heard things like, "Don't do that. It's dirty. That's something to be ashamed of." And even now, after decades of growth, marriage, children, and life lived, those old whispers may still echo somewhere deep inside. So even if you know masturbation is natural, normal, and even healthy, you might still feel a flicker of guilt, a quiet urge to just get it over with, as if it's something shameful. You're not alone. This is the legacy of a generation that was taught to be silent, but today, right now, you can choose something different. Not because anyone gives you permission, but because you've lived long enough to know that self-care is never wrong. Masturbation, when approached with respect, mindfulness, and tenderness, isn't just a response to desire. It's a profound way of connecting with your own body. It can help you sleep better, ease tension, regulate hormones, and most importantly, remind you that you are still alive, fully and with dignity. No hiding, no shame. Ask yourself, is the guilt really yours? Or was it passed down to you, taught by a world that didn't know how to honor private, sacred human experiences? You've done so much for others in your life. Now it's time to do something. Small, simple, just for you. Not to fight aging, but to be in harmony with yourself at a time when maturity is at its richest, because you deserve peace in your mind and in every breath your body takes. Part 7. Ignore the support tools specifically for people over 60. You've spent your life adapting to jobs, to family, to the shifting currents of the world around you. So why, as your body changes with age, should you be expected to just deal with it, instead of adapting intelligently and kindly? Let's face one common misconception head on. I don't need that stuff. Sex tools are for the young or the weak. The truth? There's nothing childish or weak about choosing comfort, connection, and ease, especially now. There are tools specifically designed for men over 60, soft sleeves that mimic natural sensation, ergonomic aids for joint stiffness or hand tremors, gentle massagers that awaken areas of the body that may have gone quiet. These tools aren't replacements for you. They are magnifying glasses for sensation, helping you see, feel, and connect with a body that's still deeply alive, just a little different. Maybe you've noticed fatigue in your hands, less physical feedback than before, losing interest midway through because your body just doesn't cooperate the way it used to. That's not weakness. It's your body asking for new language, one that includes ease, support, and softness. You wear reading glasses not because you've lost intelligence. You use a cane not because you've lost strength. And choosing pleasure-enhancing tools, not because you lack, but because you know the value of freedom and feeling. Using the right tools isn't giving up. It's showing up for yourself. Adaptation is the mark of evolution, not defeat. You've been evolving your whole life. Now let this be one more evolution for you and you alone. There's something few men dare to say out loud. Sex after 60 isn't just about physical changes. It's about a shift in mindset. And the hardest part isn't technique. It isn't stamina. It's in how you see yourself. Have you ever felt like you're losing your edge? That what once felt natural now seems foreign? That you're trying to perform as you did decades ago, even though your body and your emotions have clearly evolved? Pause, take a deep breath, and allow this truth to sink in. You're no longer the man you were at 30, and you don't need to be. Age doesn't take your worth away. It redefines how you connect, deeper, slower, and more meaningfully. This isn't a race anymore. It's not about control, speed, or proof. It's a return to yourself through presence, gentleness, and genuine self-respect. Masturbation, or any kind of self-care, is no longer just a release. It becomes a ritual of nourishment, a quiet place where you are fully yourself, with no judgment and no rush. When you let go of old expectations, you open the door to something new, where emotions are not hidden, where pleasure isn't measured, where love for yourself isn't rooted in performance, but in mature, whole presence. This isn't lowering the bar, it's raising your awareness, because you're no longer chasing pleasure as an achievement, you're experiencing it as a path to peace. This is where you understand. Slow doesn't mean less, soft doesn't mean weak, and change, sometimes, is the most beautiful thing that's ever happened to you. Aging isn't just about gray hair or slower steps. It's a quiet transformation, where the body, mind, and emotions enter a new chapter, one that most men were never given a map for. You may have prepared for retirement, for managing heart health, for tracking your blood pressure. But who prepared you for how intimacy would feel, how pleasure would change, how to stay connected to yourself as you grow older? Most older men carry with them silent inheritances, the belief that sex should be hidden away after a certain age, the assumption that a numbing or stiffening body is simply something to endure. And worst of all, the idea that being gentle with yourself is somehow a weakness. But none of that is true anymore. Those are old stories, and they no longer belong to the man you are today. You've lived long enough to know. Gentleness doesn't diminish manhood. It deepens your experience of life. When you begin to explore yourself again, with curiosity and without judgment, you don't just rediscover pleasure, you rediscover yourself in every slow breath, in every mindful touch, in the act of listening to your body, not forcing it to perform like it once did. This is a new kind of maturity, not built on power, but on acceptance, inner freedom, and compassion for yourself. Beneath the topic of masturbation lies something much deeper, a reminder that you still have the right to feel, no matter your age. A call to break old molds and step into a new kind of manhood, one that listens, an invitation to live fully, not just longer. And while society may not always be ready to say it out loud, you can be the one who starts the conversation. A man who knows that awareness has no age and pleasure has no expiration date. In the end, what matters most isn't technique or tools. It's the mindset you bring when you show up for yourself. At 60, 70, or beyond, you no longer need to live under the old rules of be tough, hide emotion, power through. You have the right to slow down and feel more deeply. Intimacy, pleasure, and even those private moments with yourself aren't shameful. They are vital parts of your well-being, physical, emotional, and spiritual. What you once thought of as a loss with age may actually be an invitation to reconnect with yourself more freely, more honestly, and more meaningfully. You don't need to be younger. You just need to be true to the body you have now. Start small, a slower touch, a deeper breath, a conscious choice for comfort over struggle. And if what you heard in this video helped you feel lighter, seen, or simply less alone, please leave a comment below. What part spoke to you most? Don't forget to like this video so more men can hear what they've been silently needing, and subscribe to the channel for more real, heartfelt, and age-wise content created just for you. Because this chapter of life isn't the end. It might just be the most connected you've ever been.